Life is unpredictable, but preparing for the unexpected shouldn't be. Take ownership of your life planning with Policy Genius to help your loved ones have a financial safety net in case something happens to you. They offer life insurance policies starting at just $276 a year for $1 million in coverage. Don't wait for life to make other plans. Protect your family today. Head to PolicyGenius.com. That's PolicyGenius.com.
Welcome to the Local Lowdown and find out what's happening in Lavaca County, Texas. Now here are your hosts, Murray and Michelle.
Hello everybody, this is Murray back with you for this edition of the Local Lowdown podcast. This is for the July 2nd and 3rd issues of our newspapers, and we've got a guest here with us. Do you want to tell who she is?
No, I want them to guess. Oh, well,
they probably know.
It's Nicole.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, well, we're glad to have Nicole here with us.
Thanks for the invitation again.
And we got Michelle here with us.
Thank goodness.
And, yeah. And then we're going to, have y'all got anything you want to say before we start the papers?
Well, you're going to be busy this weekend, right?
Yes, with Half Moon. I'm exhausted already, and it hasn't even started.
Okay. Do you want to elaborate on that after we go through the papers?
Sure.
Okay. We're going to start off with the Luley Newsboy and Signal, and our guest host will take care of that.
All right. Well, congratulations to Miss Lily Reyes. She was crowned the Thump Queen, so she will reign for this next year and go to all the parades. We did have Thump over the weekend and had a great, the weather was nice. It wasn't as hot as it usually is, so that was good. Yeah. Had a little cloud cover. The bands were really good each of the nights. Heard great positive things about that. All the vendors seemed to have done well. Watermelon eating, seed spitting, all the good stuff.
Well, your top watermelon weighed 135 pounds.
Yes, sir. 135.5.
My God.
And his dad was 135. So it was a father-son duel.
All right.
But yeah, those were massive things. And I asked if they taste good. I mean, I don't know if they said that usually they're okay. They're not always the best. But then they were auctioned off. And it was great. We had more people that came in to bid on the melons than they did in the last couple of years. So that was nice. Corporations and businesses.
135.5 watermelon go for?
I believe he got $3,200, I think, is what it was.
I wonder what that is a pound. I'll figure it out.
You figure that out. You figure that out.
Well, those are mostly organizations that bid on
Yes, sir. It sure is. Organizations. And then half the money goes to the grower, and then the other half goes to a scholarship fund.
All right.
So that is always really nice when that happens that way. So I was trying to find, so that Michelle knows, the 135.5 melon was auctioned off for $5,200.
Oh, that's way more.
Yeah. So I guess I split it in my head already. So
now, did you say that was a record or it's not a record?
It's the second largest. Okay. Yeah, number one still sits at, I think, 160, something huge. So yeah, we had a great time, and like I said, the seed spitters. Go ahead.
No, you keep going.
Okay. And then we had the eating the melon contest, which this year they put barriers around where the people sat so that it could keep the crowd controlled a little bit more.
So did any freight trains come roaring through?
Oh, you know they do. You know they do. And it's pretty great during, like, the seed spitting when they're announcing. And they're like, and we'll pause because here comes the tray. Here comes the tray.
Yeah. So it's $160 a pound.
Oh, wow. Wow.
That's pretty good money.
That's pretty good money. Pretty good money. And then the most exciting thing I think of the weekend usually is the little growers. So the kiddos who had seeds in March then bring what they grew. And Bobby was kind enough to put several additional pictures in there that I had taken because some of them were so small, as they weighed it, they had to put their finger on the scale so that it would measure something. They were ping pong size.
Do y'all have any way of judging how many people come through attend? I mean,
yes, they actually do, and I don't know the number, but I do know that the Thump committee or the Thump organization, they have ticket booths that they keep a tally of people who are coming through. It's $5 to get in for the days. Now, Thursday and Sunday are free. So I don't know what they do there. I did ask someone on Saturday, one of the directors of the Thump. I said, "How's it going? What do y'all think about crowd?" And she said, "Well, we don't have numbers yet, but I go by trash." She asked the guys who are doing the, going around collecting from trash barrels, "How's the trash level?" And she said, "If they're extra busy, we know we have extra people."
All right. Well, I guess that's as good a way to do it as any.
I guess so too. So we had a great time, and then the court is now ready to sit atop any float, as the 4 ladies are going to be going around for the year. And then we had the car show. And it was it really was. It was a great weekend, and everybody was safe.
Were there a lot of cars?
There were, and the cars are they're very, very interesting. Although makes me feel old now, because like there's a section for like 1980s and the 90s. And I'm
really?
like, how is that in a classic car show, right? Makes me feel
What's
old.
wrong with the world?
Right.
You know, that group from Luling that has
The Classic A cars.
I put up a video this week. It was an old video. It was like, I think, from 2022, where I was shooting the Sweet Home car show.
Uh-huh.
And they were there.
Were they? Oh, that's
and
great.
I hollered at them, and they started talking about the lady that was there before you, I guess, at the newspaper.
Yes, Karen.
And they were kind of bragging on her.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, she was a part of everything for sure. She did. She definitely was a part of there. And then I do want to give a shout out to Mr. Etheridge, won Best of Show, and his wife, who was real big in the car show scene there with the Classic A group. She passed away just a couple of months ago.
Oh,
so
no.
I think it was very special that he won an award. So.
I wonder if there was anybody from Hallettsville there.
Oh, there were. Yes, there were. Yeah, several. As I listened to the awards being given out. So
There was one guy from here, I can't remember his name, but he has a blue Plymouth, about probably 69.
yeah.
And he attends all these.
Oh,
shows,
yeah.
so
Nice.
He was probably there.
Well, and they got back to their cars just as the rain hit. So I would imagine, hopefully, they got everything shut down and covered up. But it was fun. So we're glad that that's checked, boxes checked, and we move on through July, right?
You bet.
Yeah, yeah.
Y'all were really lucky that it wasn't hot, because it's usually miserable.
Miserable.
The times
Yes.
I've been, it's just.
If you ask my daughter, she said it was pretty miserable.
Right.
Depends who you ask.
If there's cloud cover and then there was a breeze, about once an hour, a breeze would come by. And you know what? That keeps you going.
You bet.
Keeps you going. But special thanks to the Chamber of Commerce. They're really big about that. And then the Thump Group and the city and all the people who, all the behind the scenes work. That put up all the benches and close the streets and put up the tables and
Takes a
clean it
lot of
all up.
work, and the people that volunteer for those things are to be commended.
I think so too. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, let's jump on over to Moulton, and we've got the youth ambassadors. They got a special award ribbon, and I want to thank Nicole for taking that picture.
Yes, sir.
Turned out real well. We had a oil fire. Actually, it was an oil tanker truck, I believe, caught on fire. And I told Clayton Kelly with 2 E's to get me some information, because I got those photos off of Facebook. And so he got some information, and we were able to put a little blurb in there, because a lot of people on Facebook asking where it happened. They didn't know.
Sure.
Well, then he wrote up some stuff, but I said, Clayton, you don't have on here where it happened. So he went back and got that information.
Good.
Got it in there.
Wow.
And then he's got his summon per jury column or article, and tells people what to expect if they get called for jury duty. And it turned out pretty well.
That's good.
And then we got the council approve some grant contacts.
Nice.
And those are all Clayton stories.
Good
and then
deal.
we have a story. I wonder who wrote that. Oh, I did. It's about alligators, and it's my personal experiences with some. And it's not a historic story. Well, I guess it is. I'm pretty damn old. But
True that.
anyway, if you've ever had any dealings with alligators down where I was raised, they were common. And a lot of people, you'll hear a lot of people say that they're not vicious and this and that. But when people feed them, which Texas Park and Wildlife strongly discourages, then they associate food with people and hang around,
Yeah.
And I was thinking this, I believe it was yesterday evening, I saw a post where a woman had fell out of a canoe, and one of them got her clamped onto her in the midsection, and did a death row. And that's what they do. And they plan on eating them when they do that.
Okay.
Because they drowned them. They drowned their victims. So they're not that pleasant. So you need to be very careful. And when that one came up on me while I was water skiing, I was terrified.
Yeah, I mean, okay, number one, I read this and I was thinking, water skiing in water that has a gator, already that terrified me. But I grew up in the Panhandle, so I don't understand water.
We didn't have many places to.
Okay.
We had to ski in that bayou there.
Yeah.
At its widest point, it's not but 40 feet.
Oh, my goodness.
And although I thought I was some kind of real cat on those skis, when that boat would make that turn, you start getting slack in the rope and down you went. But we didn't worry because we had our little life jackets on. I was floating around there waiting to get on the boat and get my next beer. And then my friend popped up over there.
Oh.
I think she named him Fred. And so anyway, it was an experience.
Wow.
So anyway, what's your buddy Henry Joe got over there, Michelle?
He's talking about the history of Midway, Texas.
All right.
And Midway is midway between Shiner and Yoakum.
Oh, okay. Right. I didn't know that.
Didn't they used to have a...
could have also been called Halfway, maybe.
Didn't they used to have a park or something over there? Sulphur Park, is that near there?
Well, maybe we're talking about the wrong place.
I'm asking you, you said it was midway between Shiner and Moulton.
Yes, Shiner and Yoakum.
Oh, okay.
Sulphur Park is midway between Shiner and
Shiner and Moulton and Yoakum.
The midway, yes.
Okay.
Remember those endless summer days that felt like they just last forever? Sun rays kiss your skin. Grass tickles your toes as you bite into the creamy popsicle melting in your hand. Pure, unbothered bliss. Capture more sun-drenched memories with the Orange Vanilla Dream Hydration Multiplier from Liquid IV. This nostalgic vanilla flavor with notes of candied orange can help keep you hydrated while savoring your favorite golden hour moments. No matter how hot your summer gets, just one stick of Liquid IV and 16 ounces of water hydrates you better than water alone. It's 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink, with 8 vitamins and nutrients for refreshing on-the-go hydration. Live your summer dream with Liquid IV. Tear, pour, live more. Go to liquidiv.com and get 20% off your first order with code INDULGE20 at checkout. That's code INDULGE20 at liquidiv.com.
Everything from clothing to household items are getting more expensive each day. The world of fast fashion has complicated clothing production by shipping cheap parts around the world to whoever can sew them the cheapest. And now you, the consumer, are paying the price with rising costs. American Giant is about keeping things simple and close to home. They aren't affected by tariffs because their products never leave the U.S. Skip the tariff and snag yourself American-made clothing with American Giant. Get 20% off your first order when you use promo code STAPLE20 at American-Giant.com. That's 20% off when you use code STAPLE20 at American-Giant.com.
Okay, now Sulphur Park, that's between Shiner and Moulton. Okay.
Correct.
All right. And we've got the Operation Task Force story and a story about a man that got arrested and charged for stealing credit cards.
With a lot of tires.
Yeah, he was buying
Is
tires.
that what he was buying?
Yeah, I don't know what he was doing. I guess he was reselling.
Reselling them? Wow, that's an interesting
But
buy.
anyway, he got caught.
All right.
And basically, I guess that's most of what's in there. I don't see anything else over there.
When you got to share your famous classifieds line.
Oh, yeah.
What do you usually say?
You might find something that you didn't think you needed.
There
you
go.
Or whatever.
That's right. Because we tried to copy that a couple of weeks ago, and we just couldn't say it right.
And of course, we appreciate Gonzalez Healthcare and their ads. And,
definitely.
And McDonald's.
Cool.
That are coming here to Hallettsville, and
yeah,
I think they're running that in all our papers, Michelle.
Yes, sir.
Well, how nice. Look, you
Okay.
can get another job, Michelle, if you're not too busy already.
I'm pretty busy.
Are you? Okay.
They pay pretty well, I understand.
Yes.
$16.50 an hour starting off for a group leader.
That's awesome.
Okay, Michelle, you can take care of Shiner. And
All
all
right.
your half moon stuff.
Okay. Well, a new royalty was crowned, and it was a very beautiful evening. I want to shout out especially to Half Moon Empire. It is a beautiful venue, and the venue just made the night even more special for these young ladies and, of course, the young gentlemen. They seem very happy to take on their reigns. So these are the 5 main title holders, and then later in the paper, you'll see the entire court that was crowned.
Oh, good.
But It was a
Nice.
great competition. And I wish them the best of luck this year.
It's going to be a long year, but a good year.
Great.
Yeah.
Right. And then Clay did a story on McKinley Kiefer. I think that's how you say her name. Kiefer. She is the owner of Execution Fitness, which is between Hallettsville and Shiner.
Lots of betweens.
All right.
And she competed at a World High Rocks, I guess is how you say it, competition. And so read all about that. She's definitely promotes fitness not only through her business but in her actions.
Looks like she was 15th in her age group.
Do we know what high rocks or hydrox means?
I do not.
I've never heard
It combines running and functional workout stations designed to be accessible to a wide range of fitness levels.
that. Oh, okay.
So I guess it's one of those, you do things in stages and run in between. That doesn't sound fun to me, but good job for people who do. Right?
It seems like a lot of work. We have Jimmy's story on Independence Day and its customs and like just what it's about. I think he mentions Half Moon, which of course has been associated with July 4th, even though it is so hot.
Yes.
So there's some things you don't change, but you really don't know how you could or you really want to sometimes.
Exactly.
Because of how hot it is.
Right. Hello, summer.
Thank you to all of the supporters in the ads. I think it's a good time as any to point out that these ads go to support, of course, the information of the upcoming Half Moon, and then the pictures of the winners and the event itself
The next week,
So thank you to all of our advertisers that allowed us to get all that in the paper. There is some things, just FYI, the fishing tournament is going to happen. We weren't sure of all the details at time of publication, but it will be from 1 to 3. It's $10. It's on Facebook if you have any questions about that.
And the parade's going on?
The parade is going on. Everyone should have gotten an email that's registered. If you, for some reason, didn't, that does not mean you're not registered. Things could happen. Just show up.
Yeah.
Read the paper it gives you, or look on Facebook. The same thing is posted, but it gives you all the pointers on where to check in and how to do all of that.
Is that a 2-day affair?
It is. It starts, people started checking in yesterday for barbecue cookers. And then early check-in or check-in is tonight, and then they start cooking tomorrow. And giblet rice, steak, and margaritas will be turned in tomorrow, and then all the beans and all the meat will be turned in on Saturday.
So it's a big Friday, Saturday.
Yes.
Is the Shiner Hobo Band?
They are playing from, let's see their time.
1 o'clock?
They start at 1 o'clock.
Now, do they do it down in the park?
Yes, under the Merrim Pavilion, which there's a whole reason that it's called that. And one day I'll figure it out.
Well, and you know what? They were over in Luling at the Thump.
Oh,
and
really?
people really enjoyed them.
I love the Hobo Band.
They're great. People got up and danced, and it was really fun.
All
It was
right.
fun to see them. They did a good job. More advertisers that support the
thank you.
the Half
And then
Moon. Oh, and there's the royalty.
That's the whole court.
Good.
And they're all smiles, and I do know they're going to have a great year.
It's gonna be
We do
great.
have one obituary for Mr. Jack Janacek, and
Wow.
condolences to his family.
Yes. We've got a few sports going on. June and
Yeah.
July, not real big in sports once Little League kind of finishes.
All of Little League teams are out for Shiner.
Okay.
So Mark is doing his due diligence to the athletes who have moved on from their high school careers.
Yeah.
And so he started with Ms. Cameron Peshek, who is at the University of Mary Hardin Baylor, and talks about her career right now.
Oh, that's good. That's a nice way to look back at what where people are.
And then
Wow.
I may or may have not given credit on this photo, but it was taken by Nicole Smith, and it is a great
Welcome to the
$6.
club.
I feel your pain, Murray. That's the largest picture I've ever had in a newspaper.
Welcome to the club.
And I will
Nicole.
never know it was mine.
I'll write your name on it and send it home with you. Oh
wow,
my gosh.
I'm in Murray's club now. I feel special,
So
Murray.
I've had a rough week, obviously. But Nicole did take this great
No,
picture.
it's fine. It's fine.
It really is good because we knew she was there because you don't always know.
Yeah,
And
true.
so sometimes the girls aren't looking, and it
Right.
looks like here we got about I would say 95%.
Yes.
Only Sophie is kind of looking away.
Right.
So to end their year, because that was their last
Was there
ride.
any nepotism on that
No,
Not at all.
Hey.
Not at all.
Man.
Well, you know, and I did actually give her pictures of just her child, so it could have just been.
It could
Oh, here
have.
So
we go.
it could have been, but she didn't. She put the whole group in
But
there.
I love them all as my own. It is, they definitely become family, and it's kind of sad when the year ends because you go from seeing these people very, very often to you still see them. Like yesterday when I walked into cheer camp, all the little girls gave me high fives, and so I mean, we definitely become family and we enjoy it. Two of the girls did make the court again this year. One got junior miss, and the other one tried out for Miss Shiner, and she got Miss Shiner Duchess.
Oh, wonderful!
So they will get another ride, and the rest of them will hopefully
Take a
we'll
little
see
break.
them back.
Yeah,
at some
good,
point.
good. All right. See, and then you've got the classifieds, of course.
Once
Yep.
again.
And we thank Gonzalez Healthcare Systems.
You betcha.
Definitely. How about what's going on in Hallettsville?
Well, we talked about the task force, and thanks to Sheriff Greenwell, I know he's been a very, very busy man, but he's been working hard. St. John picnic is also this Friday, so attend Half Moon, go to St. John's,
nice.
come back to Half Moon.
Sure.
We have Clayton's jury duty story, and he says that I didn't get the second part in.
Yeah, he
But
even made that
I
notation.
did most of it, and I don't know what happened to the rest. So there was my
She
next
had a rough
mistake.
week.
I did.
Did you steal that one off of mine too?
I probably did.
Because I had the whole story.
You had the whole story, didn't you?
But this stealing thing is really, steal is a harsh word.
You think it's too harsh?
Yeah, it's more like sharing is caring.
Oh, okay.
And
Did
so-
you do you ask before you?
Absolutely not, because
Okay.
Murray would say, I'm busy. And so what I do, my little secret is whenever I am behind, which this week I was behind, I go and I make a copy, or when I know that we're sharing a lot of stories, one or the other, because sometimes Murray and me do not have the same content.
Right.
But if I know we have quite a bit of the same, I will go and I will make a copy of his because it won't allow me to open his, and then I open it and borrow.
So for
Borrow,
security
share.
reasons, he doesn't allow you just to
I
open
may
it.
have to find a way to
You're gonna-
keep that from happening.
That's right. Or put up bogus articles that she grabs.
Do
that
not,
would be
because
fun.
I really would, because you know I don't
Because
read
you
them.
sure as hell, no, you don't read them. So
So please don't
That
do it.
would be
I
great.
could have
Please
used
don't do
that
it.
story about Chuck last
Yeah.
week.
I heard
Like-
that y'all did a bogus or made a fun
It was
story.
so, you
and-
didn't get
He
to
th-
read it?
He
you
thought it was
definitely-
real.
Okay.
He thought it was real, and he was making
He was
corrections.
making
Yeah.
I love
Oh,
it.
Jesus. This
Sorry.
one, Texas A&M hosts the med camp for. Now I thought it first was for just junior high, but then I saw that my new Miss Shiner had the shirt on, so maybe there was two portions, or she went
Nice.
to another one. But it's a great way if you're thinking about going in the medical field
Sure.
to do it, and it looks like they had a great turnout.
Hook 'em.
Or
That's all we'll say
gig
about
'em,
that.
whatever we need to do.
Uh-uh.
Keep going.
All right. All right.
Everything else has
Oh,
been.
they stopped some sports teams going, right?
Yes, there was a drug arrest in Yoakum, which I guess I should have waited to talk about in Yoakum.
Oh, sorry.
It was me. And then Larry Joe talks about his weather report, and his name got on there. Thank God, I had to look for a second. And then, so one of the Chuck said, as of today, the 12-year-olds, so the major girls, are the only ones still playing. But read a little bit about what the others have been doing.
Where are they playing at? Did he
Carn
say?
City.
Carn City, and they're playing
Okay.
Sin?
Sitting.
Is that what he said?
That's what he said. Yes. There's an alligator story. There it
Yes,
is. We'll never know
by-
who wrote that one.
By
No.
Murray
No,
Montgomery.
we'll never know. Never know.
I know Juneteenth happened a little bit ago, but we appreciate the celebration that was placed here or put on here in Hallettsville. So we have a few pictures from that.
Yeah.
Where did they have that?
I know it was a little parade. I think it went around the courthouse, and then maybe the celebration was at the park, that building, I don't know what it's called.
Okay.
And then Ask Julie has a column
Yes,
this
and then
week.
there was a movie premiere, The Place in Between, and Ani got to go. I was really sad I didn't. And she said it was very good. It was filmed in 2019.
Okay.
And it only had like an $8,000 budget.
Wow, really?
80% of it took place, the filming in Lavaca County on the roads and locations.
How fun.
And so that's super fun. I hope that somehow I'll get to watch it one day.
Oh, that's great. Good for them.
We do have some obituaries. Daniel Pete Trilachek, Claudia Marie Compton Meisner, and Gina Beth Dvorak. So condolences.
You bet.
And a little baby was born.
Oh, look at that little cute smile. Oh, and then you have your classifieds. Make sure you check it out.
Once again.
And then these, Nicole and I think we can say it now. We
What?
did get to judge the 4-H contest, the local version.
I had forgotten we did that.
Yeah,
Is my
it's
name
been a
in there as a
while.
judge?
No,
Probably
I don't
not.
think so.
No.
I don't think they
Is
tell
your name
people.
in there as a
No, I don't think so. But I will say, like, these were two of the
Oh,
winning
those were
pictures,
great.
and of course, I love photography. And
Yes.
I know Maddie Collins. Her dad is on the chamber board with me.
Oh, okay.
And her mom is a photographer. They recently moved to Shiner. Probably, I say recently. They've probably been there 3 or 4 years now. But I didn't know really. I think
No, we didn't know who they belonged
to.
to.
And actually, I'm not sure that we saw this picture because I would have commented on it right
About
away.
Bones?
But I think her picture was also the one with the flags that I
Oh,
really
I do.
like.
Yeah.
Because I have talked to her mom, but I will say I really want this picture for my house because look, the chicken's coming out of the egg. Are you kidding me?
So cute.
That's way better than Murray Montgomery has ever thought of taking.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We'll just
At
leave it.
least Murray's name is on his picture.
Right. And then one more. How about Yoakum? What's going on in the world of Yoakum?
To Allison and Nadine, see what they got going on.
So sad
Ooh.
when cars crash.
Big car crash right there.
You know, they seem to have those often down there.
Yeah. Goodness.
And then they have the arrest I kind of mentioned earlier. So money and drugs were found.
Wow. And then Independence Day. Of course, we're saluting because today's the 3rd. So tomorrow's the big Independence Day. And it's year 249. What, is that right? 200?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I thought you were saying a gas
Because
price.
next year is a big one.
Well, this was the Army's 250th.
That's right. And they're a year ahead.
And so, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
So next year will probably be a big to-do.
You
A
bet.
big to-do. Hopefully we're all here to hear it and see it.
Thomas Lynn and Sylvia Marino did pass away, so condolences to their family.
Yes. And then, snakes.
Okay,
I don't
so
like
really
snakes.
you would not hold a snake.
No, I would not hold a snake.
I have held many snakes.
Really? Murray, you
and I
probably,
love
where you
them.
grew up, you probably had a pet snake.
No.
No pet snake?
I
Okay.
usually kill them.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, I have.
Okay.
You know the little grass snakes, the little green
The
ones?
little green ones?
You know, they're harmless.
Right.
And I've held them.
Okay.
But do you know that they got teeth?
Uh-uh.
They got little teeth, little bitty teeth. And I guess I must have been handling him kind of rough. And he just clamped down on my finger. And I thought, well, he don't have any fangs. I'm not worried. But then they had little bitty teeth. So I looked it up, and that's correct.
Oh,
They do.
wow.
They do.
Huh.
But they're harmless, and they're good to have, like, in
Yes.
your garden and whatever. So, yeah.
Like, I'm not really a fan if I see one just crawling outside.
Okay.
Because that's scary.
But in the
I don't know.
library here,
But like
as
when
a
someone
featured...
says, "Hey, you can hold this thing,"
Yeah.
it's like a pet. Yeah. I'll do
Oh,
it.
you would? Okay. Well,
it feels so cool.
uh-uh.
should do it, Nicole.
The thing about it is, if you live in an area like, actually, in that direction where Ani lives, down 530, my parents had a home there. And the copperheads were so bad. They daytime, nighttime didn't make any difference.
Ooh.
And when they first bought that place, they didn't have a house built yet. We had a portable building. And so we had spotlights all around that building. So all these old boys, they like to drink their beer, you know.
Yeah.
You couldn't put like if you're sitting in a lawn chair
Okay.
and you sit your beer in a koozie like down on the ground, better not do it.
Why?
Because they'll come. They'll come right under your chair. And then
I'm literally lifting up my feet from this chair.
There's another story. I probably shouldn't share this one.
Oh.
Because it's kind of embarrassing, but
Then please do.
we went up there, and I had a bunch of friends that I worked with at Dow Chemical, and we took them up there, and my dad was still alive, and we were drinking tequila.
Uh-oh.
And straight tequila. And old Murray got a little messed up.
Uh-oh.
And my daddy, and I'm just like him in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
He was bad about getting up in the middle of the night
Uh-huh.
and locking doors.
Okay.
Checking doors.
Sure.
So Murray was sick, and he had to go outside.
Right.
And while Murray was outside,
Uh-oh.
Daddy locked the door.
No.
So he had a little red Datsun truck. No camper, no anything.
Yeah.
And I had my shirt off, and I still had jeans on, barefooted.
Oh.
And so, the only place that he didn't answer the door.
No.
The only place I can find to lay down is the back of that little truck
Okay.
on that metal.
Oh.
So I get there and pass out.
Sure.
Yeah, folks, I don't do that anymore. By the
No.
way.
He learned his lesson.
Anyway, the next morning, all the boys were coming out with their hangovers,
Yeah.
and I heard one of them say, "Damn, look at this." Murray had stepped on a copperhead right on his head, and the copperhead was dead.
No.
Yeah. And so, Daddy, he was chastising me, and I said, "Well, Daddy, don't worry," because I said if he would have bit me, he would have died of alcohol poisoning. Like I said, friends, I don't do that anymore. But, yeah.
Wow.
That's my snake story.
Oh, my goodness.
And you're sticking to it.
Between your snake story and your alligator story, I'm just glad you're here.
You know, that's what I was going to say.
Woof.
The good Lord looks out for drunks. He really does. He does.
And bayou skiers.
Oh, Lord.
Wow.
Maybe just Murray Montgomery in general.
Yeah, just in general. I'm going to start hanging out with
think
you.
about that, things that you did
Yeah, sure.
that you really, or in my case, you really shouldn't
have done. Right.
You know,
Yeah,
on motorcycles, you know, and the whole thing.
Live
But,
to tell it, right?
yeah,
Yeah. That's
But,
wow.
I changed my ways. I was in my 20s when all that took place.
Age does that to us, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Age does that to us. Speaking of age, how old are you feeling, Michelle, with Half Moon coming up? You going to be all right?
I feel at least 95.
You better pray that it doesn't rain.
Oh,
Or rain on your parade.
right. Oh.
You know, around here people love rain. The worst though is when it rains and then the steam
Yes.
that comes after that. So I prefer not having that. Right now it's looking pretty cool. Last night when we were setting up, there was a lot of breeze, which is very unusual for this time of year. I was, of course, I kind of felt bad because I was in the air conditioning doing paperwork part of it. And when I walked out to answer some setup questions, I was like, wow, it's kind of cool out here. And I looked at all these men that were on my board and my husband who were drenched in sweat.
They weren't
And
cool.
I realized, wow, that was not the best thing
when I
to
got
say.
out of the car this morning, I was in the air-conditioned car, and when I got out, my glasses fogged up.
That's when you know it's humid,
Humidity.
right?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
terrible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, that's all the news I see in the newspapers.
Well, I've already told off on my
You did.
I'll probably cut this.
No,
off.
you won't. No, you won't. Look, we kept it under 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't talked about anything fun.
Oh, well, what's something fun we could talk about?
Well, there's new laws, but Jimmy's going to write about that, I think, next week, so we should wait.
So it's a reason to get the paper for this next week.
And
yeah.
listen to our podcast. 'cause we're gonna
Right.
talk about
Right.
it. So we won't talk about that,
Ah.
I guess.
Okay.
Well, I do, because you won't be here next week.
I won't
right?
be here next week.
So I do want to know, do you think that, because there's two big school ones, and so one is about the phones being turned off during the day,
Yes.
but they can be on them, like they could have it at school, but it cannot be turned on and used, correct?
I think that's the way it's written.
Okay, and how do you feel about that?
We just live in a different time. I mean, when the people say, well, I didn't have a phone and I did fine, right? It is a different time we live in. Yeah. However, I will say, and I can say because I'm not connected to any school, but I have been connected to 3 different schools. If parents did not call and text their children, it probably wouldn't be as big of a deal. But parents call and text their children regularly instead of just waiting. And then the other piece that's some problem, or, the kids, they don't socialize. They're on their phones during lunch and they aren't talking to each other and they're not socializing. Yeah. And then it can be used for bullying as well, posting. So I don't know that them not having their phones on is going to solve a whole lot of things. Maybe you'll be a little bit more focused academically. However, there's going to be more anxiety wanting to know what's going on your phone when you don't have it.
And, I don't know, because I think every school up until, of course, this law came into effect had their own rules. I know Patricia would take her phone to school, and they could not already have it on, or they weren't supposed to during the day. But on occasion, she would tell me that, the teachers would be like, well, you can use your phone to look things up for research.
Right.
So every once in a while, I do know she was on it. And if I sent a message, she would get it at the end of the day. So that's a good way, because then I know as soon as she turns it on, whatever I need to tell her, she will know. And then it depended on the coach. There was times that she did not. They would either have to hand the coach the phone on the way.
Okay.
Or they would have to have them turned off.
Mm-hmm. Because the bus times have changed or the games changed or something like that. Yeah, and I can understand that too.
They could have them, but they could not have them turned, or they couldn't be on.
I will say, having been in a school where phones are so distracting, it is so distracting.
Yeah,
it really, and it causes more havoc than it helps. It really does. It really does.
Yeah, and I don't know, because now it's always going to be a little bit harder, because I guess if it is a school-issued, Chromebook, there's no messaging ways on there. Mm-hmm. Now, once you get to college, I can't even imagine a college classroom, because I was getting done with my master's when texting and stuff started becoming really big.
Yeah.
And I remember the amount of my educational experience changing, because I would be if it was boring, I would just be sitting there texting or on my phone. And I can't imagine now, if I had TikTok or something, if I wasn't interested, I would definitely tune out. But then if you didn't allow phones to be out, iPads, a lot of people do their notes on iPads, and there's all these apps to download that you can do notes. Well, that has the same texting capabilities. So it is a change in our educational system, and it's just kind of like Murray and I talked about AI yesterday. You can be against advances in technology and all of those things, but they're here, and so embracing and seeing how they can the good, because everything. I think has
finding
the good.
Everything does have the good, and it does have the bad, right?
Yeah, and
so if we can protect from the bad, it's just difficult.
They need to understand that AI is here.
Right.
And it's got bad things, but it's got good things.
Sure.
And I know even with the paper, which we've talked about before, that Associated Press or Texas Press Association, whatever, don't like for you to use AI photographs or images. Mm-hmm. I don't see a problem with that. In fact, I found it to be very handy. Mm-hmm. If I remember one time I wrote a story about a window to the past, and I was writing about covered wagons and this and that.
Yeah.
So I wanted an illustration, and I didn't want to go hunt for photographs and have to go through copyright permissions and all that.
Right.
So I've got an app on my phone, and I just say, I need a photograph or an image that would, say that story.
Yeah.
And so there's right away, one comes up, a pioneer lady looking out a window of a covered wagon.
Oh, wow.
And then a modern seed in the background.
Ooh, I like that.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing's wrong, because that's art.
Yeah.
The Newspaper Association didn't like it. And Hans, it was my first podcast partner.
Yeah.
He's working in Minnesota now for a newspaper outfit. And they told him, he's working as a reporter, they said that if you use any AI, you're immediately fired.
Wow.
So
really,
I don't know,
huh.
but it reminds me of my time in photography, going from those days where in the dark room with
Yes.
the chemicals and blah, blah.
Right.
And then when this digital photography come along, what a wonderful thing.
Sure. Sure.
And now the digital photography is turning out better image than film.
Yes.
But you still had people back then, they call themselves purists, that they're not going to take pictures with anything but film.
Really?
So go ahead.
Yeah.
In the dark room, let your fingernails turn yellow.
Right.
And
Inhale those fumes.
yeah, no. That you're always going to have people that are not going to accept new technology. And I've always been just the opposite. I thought if it helps me in my work or whatever.
Well, see, that's a great example of how it's used for good, right? Yeah. That it actually enhances your story.
Exactly.
Where, the other side, people can use AI to offend people or to bully people or to cause issues or, to I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's just
ways you
have to be a good person.
Exactly.
Like, you have to. And with photography, I feel like you can sit anyone down in front of Photoshop and say, hey, here's an image, make it look good.
Sure.
If you don't have knowledge of the terms of photography or what even a photograph should look like,
right?
You still can't fix that picture,
right?
I mean, you can play, but I guarantee you that if you played versus someone with that knowledge played, one picture is going to look better.
Oh, sure. There's still skill involved.
And so you have to have knowledge, that background knowledge of what things should be. And same thing with writing. Mm-hmm. I mean, you have to know. I mean, I find it funny because I see it a lot that it's called something, and you may know, it's the long dash that AI uses. So, there's a hyphen dash, and then it's called something that it's a longer dash, almost like 3 dashes, I would say, put together. And AI tries to throw it in, I think, as almost their copyright.
Oh, interesting.
Now, of course, you could take it out.
Sure.
But the amount of things I have received in the past, I would say 3 to 4 months that have had those.
Okay.
I'm like,
interesting.
AI wrote this for you.
Yeah.
Well, it's pretty easy to spot their illustrations. So far, they haven't got to the point where they're perfect by any means.
Yes.
And I don't. I don't know. It's got, like we said, it's got the good and the bad points.
Yeah.
I don't know. You got to kind of weed through it,
Yeah, and I think telling AI like, write my resume and then just let it write about you is weird.
Yeah.
But like if you write it and say, hey, can you clean this up and let me hear what you would say, and then change it, I think that is different. I think you have given it the ideas. It's kind of like Margaret editing something.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's true.
Well,
that's true.
you can kind of understand that these newspapers and they're against it because you can get on AI. I had a chat, what you call it, AI chat or something.
Chat GPT.
Yeah, I got tired of paying for it, but anyway, it'll write you a story, and you can stick your name on it. And I mean, it can write you a good story, and just like that. But to me, you don't have any more creativity when that happens.
Right. It's no longer yours. Of course, your name wouldn't appear on it anyway if Michelle was putting it in the paper. So
now, ChatGPT did rewrite Chuck's story for us.
Oh, it did?
Because that's what I was trying to do.
Sure.
But in that sense, I put in Jimmy's story that he wrote, the actual story.
Yeah.
And then I said things about Chuck that I knew that I wanted to make sure got in there.
That were in there.
And how I wanted it changed. And then it did it, which was easier than me sitting there and rewriting the whole thing. And it did a darn good job. It repeated some things. Yeah. That's why you shouldn't just trust it.
Please don't. And really, let's really talk about especially resumes. Yeah. Like all of you folks in there create your own resume. Like you said, you can use that in sections or to help different sentences, rearrange, make it a little smoother, more transitional. But otherwise, please do it yourself because you do have a voice. When you write, you do have a voice.
Well, I did some research on that about should you give AI credit? And like those images I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
So I probably, as Chuck would say, goggled it. And I said, if I'm giving AI the idea,
right.
In other words, like I just said about the
window to the past.
If I'm giving them the idea, why shouldn't I get a little bit of credit? And so I asked them to give me 3 or 4 examples of how I could put it where I got credit and I also gave AI credit.
Sure.
And
sure.
they had some examples
that's
that were pretty
interesting.
good. I haven't
Yeah.
used any of them, but
Right.
because I'm not using it that much.
No,
anymore.
but we know it's coming. More people will be using it. So
I'll tell you what, it's an amazing thing. It's just it's so quick.
the speed of it is amazing to me.
You
Amazing to
can't
me.
believe it.
Yep.
But I don't know.
All right. Well, thank y'all for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, glad you're here.
Always.
I thought it was just going to be me and you, but
We couldn't let Michelle.
somebody threw a monkey wrench.
Yeah,
in
we were
that
going to talk
plan.
all about her, and we'll have to save that to another
Yeah.
time.
That's the thing. I laid in bed last night and I thought, oh no, if
Right.
I'm not there, this is going to go bad. And then I thought, if I text Murray and say, hey Murray, I'm coming tomorrow, change of plan, he would say, okay, well you and Nicole just do it. And I wanted Murray here,
You're
so
right.
I
You're
just
right.
went to sleep.
Yay, we're glad, because I'm glad to see both of you. It's always fun. Well, good luck at Half Moon.
Thank
Hope it
you.
goes really well.
Please come out and support.
That's right.
You bet. Well, by the way, did you happen to see that gentleman that you got that watermelon from?
I did. Shane Watts. And I said, he was
Did
actually,
you tell him?
he was one of the guys there. And I said, hey, I want to let you know your watermelon. I took it to Hallettsville and I shared, and it was very
Shared
good.
with Murray.
And then I
That's
said,
right.
and the guy I
That's right.
shared it with did not share it with the rest of the office. And he
Exactly.
laughed. He thought that
it
was
too
great.
damn good.
That's what he said.
It was very ugly. I just want
But
everyone
he's
to know.
like, you tell him thank you. And I said, Shane, I will tell him. So,
All right. Well,
All
anybody
right.
else got their goodbyes y'all want to say before you go?
so long, everybody.
Goodbye, and I don't know that probably any of my board members will all be sleeping, but I could have not even remotely dreamed of putting on Half Moon without all their hard work. And so to them, their families for allowing me to have them for as much time, and for their spouses for helping, and their children, and my spouse and my children. I mean, everyone says Gilbert's the same. Okay, so he has his days, but without him, I couldn't.
Sure,
do it. So
definitely. Behind the scenes, shout out to everyone who helps in all the
You
festivals.
bet. Friends, take in all these things that are going on. Hopefully, for this time around, maybe it won't rain. And go to Half Moon. Don't forget St. John's picnic.
Yes.
And all the other things that are going on. A lot of people work mighty hard to put those things together. And we just hope you'll turn out and enjoy them. Enjoy them. With that being said, I'll be saying goodbye for now, and we'll see you next week.
Happy 4th of July.
Thanks.